We are out at the Alta Coffee House in Newport Beach, and I'm here with award-winning singer, songwriter, and author, Michael Ubaldini. So did you grow up here in Orange County?
I was born in the East Coast, born in New York, but I grew up in Orange County. Yeah, I grew up in Fountain Valley.
It's a great place to live. Now,
Yeah.
I know you've been performing and writing music since the age of 7.
That's
that right?
Yeah, yeah. First song I learned Jambalaya by Hank Williams.
Oh, yeah.
On guitar, and Ray Charles. Tell me what I'd say. First 2 songs I learned on
Now,
guitar.
Michael, one thing during this interview that whenever you mention a song, we're more than happy to have you sing it. So, like when you say jambalaya, you could always go, you know, sing it for me.
Oh.
I can't do it. Jambalaya. No, I'm kidding you. But anyway, we're all up for it because you know what? I see his guitar behind him, and I'm going to try to get him to play us a number before we're done. So, who are some of your favorite artists?
I like the Beatles. That was like one of the first things I heard. My sister, I have older sisters, and they had those records. So I kind of got turned on to the music from them, you know. It's funny because we had those records, and I wanted to be that. I wanted to be be in a group.
Right, now you are in a group right now. You've got a new album out that's called, it's Michael and the Lonesome Playboys, Last of the Honky Tonks, right? So how would you describe your sound right now?
Well, it's kind of just evolved from what I've already done. I've always been influenced by like really roots music. I wanted to do like kind of a stripped down honky tonk record because you don't really hear a lot of that coming out now.
Married by the gospel and divorced by the law. The wedding chapel leads to the courthouse walls. Cut through my heart like a rusty old chainsaw. Married by the gospel and divorced by the law.
Now, I am a collector of your CDs. I don't have them all, but I have 4 of his CDs. His new one is Michael and the Lonesome Playboys. So how many CDs have you recorded?
I've recorded about six of them, I guess. 6 or 7, something like that.
And you recorded, it says, at the famous Sun Studios where Elvis Presley recorded?
That's right, Sun Studios, yeah. I mean, that was really cool. That's, you know, Howlin' Wolf and Johnny Cash, or Elvis's first stuff. I mean, basically, it all sprung from there. Because you had all those blues and that where the music danced from hillbilly and blues.
Right.
And then you had rock and roll. It came right from that spot. So to be in there singing was kind of was really cool because I did it in the middle of the night.
Really?
So it was real quiet, and there was a point where I was in the studio just alone with me in the room when everybody had left. So I thought maybe there was some good ghosts floating around.
Exactly. Yeah. I noticed. I saw a picture of you where actually Elvis is in the background. So,
yeah, it's kind of hovering over you.
So what motivates you to write a song? Is there anything like your life experience?
Yeah, it's always a lot to do with life experience.
Right.
Yeah, even in the characters I do, there's a little bit of me in all those characters, even the ones that are trouble, you know?
Right, exactly. Now, I've read that it says that you've actually battled life and death more than once.
Yeah, I've had a few run-ins with death, you know, and some situations, but I, you know, thanks to the grace of God, I came through it, you know, and just turned it into the art, you know?
So is there a special place you go to write?
I just write
music anywhere.
I just write anywhere. You know, I'll write anywhere. I can tune people out. I can write in a noisy airport and write. You know, or I can write in a coffee shop. Or I can write when I'm driving. There's always something going on in my head. I'm writing all the time.
Right. Now, when you think of something, do you write it down right away to try to remember, or you just hope that you're going to remember it later on that day?
Yeah, sometimes I jot it down because sometimes you don't remember something. But I remember Paul McCartney said in an interview once that if I can't remember it, then who else is going to remember it?
Right.
You know, so I always took that. So I always forced myself to remember. You know, I have a pretty good memory about things. But
that's
yeah,
good.
I just jot stuff down when it comes into my head.
You've won awards for the U.S. in Europe.
Yeah, the UK and Europe, they've really been responsive to the music. I've toured there maybe three or four times, and I even played like some of the clubs the Beatles did back in Liverpool.
Oh.
And that it was kind of interesting. I did the Sun Records gamut. And I did that, so it was kind of like tapping into your history, you know, a little bit of roots of things.
Is your website, is it Rock and Roll Poet?
Yeah, rockandrollpoet.com.
You've written some poetry, right?
Yeah, a book. I wrote a book. It was published.
A book?
Yeah.
Yep, I knew that author. What's the name of the book?
It's Lost American Nights.
What's
Lyrics
it about?
and poems, and it's going to be in its 2nd edition. There's going to be a 2nd edition coming out, and it's published by Moontide Press, and it's got song lyrics from the records. And it's also got my releases, and it's also got some, what I call, dream sequence poems to start off each chapter that relates to that particular poem. You know?
So how would you compare this CD to maybe your CDs of the past?
Well, this is really interesting because I went and recorded it straight live, almost like because I wanted to capture a vibe in the studio. Like a lot of things they do now, like you can tell are over-processed and really compressed and stuff. And I wanted to set stuff up in a room like they did in Sun Records or in those early Beatle records, where you get a room sound, you get the actual, you're going for a feel as opposed to, you know, tracking with click tracks, and it gets a little robotic. Right. I wanted to capture, I think that's lost right now in music, so I wanted to make a good, honest record. Even the vocals were recorded live. We did it like basically a live recording. Oh. And people can't even tell, you know. So
I know you were at the Coach House, and now you also perform here at the Coffee House here. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Alta Coffee House. You got to come down and see Michael Ubaldini, right?
Yeah, I do a night here every first Thursday of each month, and it's called the Outlaws of Folk Music series. And I handpick a couple of other artists to, you know, come down and play, and we all do a set, and then at the end we all kind of do a hoot and like a sing-along together.
Oh, you got to check that out. So
try to make it an alternative to some of the different showcase nights, because a few of them have gotten, or open mics where they get a little kind of pompous, where people come in when they're going to play, then they leave when they're done. You know, talk to the artist. I kind of wanted to do a rebellion against that.
Now, do you have a favorite song on this new album?
Kind of like Highway Ghost and Last of the Honky Tonks a lot. Those two are good. I like them all, you know.
The honky tonks are all closing down, killed off by the modern country sound. They buried soul feeling and left it dead. Contrived music is what we've got instead.
We are going to get an exclusive performance right now. I can't wait any longer. Michael, get the guitar out.
All right, let's
play us a song.
Okay. Yeah.
You got the guitar out. What are we going to hear?
Well, I was going to try something new called Two Wrongs Like Us Don't Make a Right.
They love them in Europe? I think you've been to Japan, too,
Japan,
right?
yeah, with Mystery Train.
Because you had Mystery Train, you had the Lonesome. We're going to try to put up some of those CDs. Are some of your old CDs still available?
Yeah. Some of them are still available.
Good. Because I think everybody needs to get the collection like Scott does.
That's right.
Are you ready to go?
So you. Two wrongs like us don't make a right. The road we're traveling's coming to an end. A future is nowhere in sight. From this coupe I'm taking flight. Two wrongs like us don't make a right. I thought I'd found the promised land, in the deep mysteries, in the wells of your eyes. A house divided cannot stand, and when things get out of hand, all once beautiful retreats and dies. A free spirit in the night, from the scoop I'm taking flight. Two wrongs like us don't make a right.
Woo, thank you, Michael Ubaldini.